position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. Put total leather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. So Notre Dame's offense will get first crack at it today. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Notre Dame! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed, and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The Badgers' offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I think he really earned his offense.
There he goes. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front seven. And linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the back.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
The coaches talked about gotta get to the quarterback, gotta ruffle his feathers a little bit. How about this first drive, man? They've already sacked him twice. This will pay dividends throughout a football game.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Already a solid start to this. Back to work with this 7-0 lead. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He might want another play. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He's got it down the left side. Finds some room. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. To the air, it's Baker. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hartman. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Wisconsin quarterbacks always know their role. Sometimes they got to make the big plays, from a Darrell Bevel to a Russell Wilson.
And knowing your role means knowing that you're going to hand the football off a lot, and you're going to be a play-action team and pick and choose your spots. But it won't be an offense with Wisconsin that it's opening up. It's throwing the football 30, 40 times a game.
And the Badgers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Couldn't pick it up on second down. Now they need a couple on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. And he missed it. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Making side adjustments here. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Fires to the big fella. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Gonna look downfield again. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. To the air on first down. He makes a catch. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
Thank goodness gracious, this dude is on fire. I mean, he's already got 100 yards. We're in the first quarter. Like, I might want to think about double-teaming that guy. If he goes to the water bottle, I'm going to double-team. Whatever he does, I'm on him.
They're going back to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Might as well stick with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Looking for a man. It's Baker. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. Buying some time. He'll pull it down. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Got the quick pass. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. A strike downfield. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be dang. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Baker. Under fire. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And the Badgers will punt this one away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Here come the Irish back on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. And off from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield, it's Baker. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much. The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds a tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to fire. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Got his man. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Scanning the field, it's Baker. Quick completion on the out route. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate. And the Badgers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. He's down at the 27. They can't stop the clock, and this is a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking downfield very late in the half. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. He gets it away from his own end zone. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Might be changing the route. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. That should be the final play of the first half. Just enough time to get off one more snap. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking for a crease to the left. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Snap from the gun on third down. It's complete on the right side. And the catch and run into end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Back to throw, it's Baker. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. The Badgers will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident.
He got it! And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Baker. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the big fella.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, there's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. The give to the tailback. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels, so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Wants to throw on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. From the red zone, looking for a space. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He breaks a tackle. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent, this one's over.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Levis. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So 1st down will open up the final period. Here's the handoff. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Quarterback making checks. Going to take a shot on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Larson. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Now on second down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
Well, obviously, this game has not been the best statistically of this guy's career so far, but the important thing is you win. And to do that, they need him to play really well here in the fourth quarter. They're going to keep giving him the football with the lead in this juncture, and this is where he needs to have his best runs of the game.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snagged out of the air. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Quick release by the QB. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Levis. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Feels like they're just inches away from their own end zone, and it's third and long. Here's the pressure. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. You're getting ready to go into victory formation.
He lets it fly. He's got it inside the 25. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Takes a hit as he fires. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Levis. The quick out.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, that's another completion. And this quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and
a shot toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas.
And down he goes back at the 3. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Barring complete catastrophe, David, this offense ought to be able to salt away this game.
Yeah, and unless you're playing in a different league, this one's over. Like, there is no three-point conversions and stuff like that you can get. So run the ball.
Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's got him this time. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Gain of 20.
With the clock running, this should be the final play.
414 satellite. 414 satellite.
If there's time to pad the stats. Unleashes one deep. It's picked off